It's the 26th Sunday of Ordinary Time, and we're talking about sin. Good. Jesus tells us a number of things in this Sunday's gospel, but one of the most important things on there is Jesus' talk about scandal. Jesus says that if one were to cause a little child to sin, it would be better than a millstone would be hung around his neck and he'd be thrown into the sea. What Jesus is saying is he's saying that we can never give people a cause for scandal. Scandal is defined as a behavior or an attitude that causes other people to sin. So we have to be on our guard about that. Especially in today's day and age, there's so many people who can be led easily by our words into sinful behavior. We ought to treat people in truth and in love, as St. Paul says. The other thing Jesus says today that I think is so relevant, especially in our modern day Catholicism, is Jesus tells us that if our foot or our hand causes us to sin, that we should cut it off. Jesus does not mean this literally, otherwise we'd all be walking around with a lot less limbs and probably no ears or nose and things like that. But what Jesus does mean is that we should avoid the near occasion of sin. It's simple, straightforward advice to avoid that which leads us into sin. So many times I would talk to high schoolers when I worked in the high school about sin, and they would say that, I keep falling into the same sins over and over and over again. And I would ask them, well, what are they doing to change their circumstances? And it's like it never occurred to them. So sometimes if we want to avoid sin, we got to change our circumstances and avoid sin. That's our good news this week, and God bless you.